Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live. I'm Julia, mindset coach for high value, and today we are on day 29 of our 21 30-day challenge. I am super happy to be speaking about, and I didn't even put a title in, I'm just realizing, to be speaking about allowance, allowing life to happen, allowing decisions to be made, allowing things to flow to you. And before I'm going to get into the topic, I want to remind you, I'm going to link here the 8-hour affirmation recording. Listen to it every night to build your abundance mindset. You're going to love it. And it's going to help you a lot to reprogram your subconscious mind for abundance. That is the major shift that you need to do in your life because everything else flows naturally. Yesterday, I've talked about the fact that you are abundance, or I should not call it the fact because not everybody perceives it that way, but the realization or the state of consciousness that you are abundance. Yeah, if you let go of your limitations, you're gonna see that that abundance is your natural state. And today, I'm going to talk about allowing. And for me, when I started allowing life to happen much more than coming from a place of like control, and I don't mean even control in a negative sense, but just like from this need, maybe it's a negative sense, from this need to take action in order to control the outcome. As you can see, like if I say it, what you inherently feel in that is that there is a lack of trust. Why do I need to control things? It's because I do not trust that things are gonna happen in a great, that things are not gonna unfold in a beautiful way. For example, I love to come live without preparation. I love it. I absolutely love it because I trust that things are gonna unfold very beautifully, and I know about myself that since I'm allowing, that's my preferred way of showing up, is to be spontaneous, to allow things to happen rather than to control. I could prepare an agenda for each video, but that's not what feels best for me, because allowing things to happen feels like I'm connecting to my heart, I'm connected to the present moment, I'm trusting that things are gonna unfold beautifully, and I'm seeing the innate perfection in everything. I don't need to have a perfect script in order for me to be happy with the result. I don't need to be seeing in the innate perfection means that it is perfect, but at the same time it's not what your ego thinks would be perfect, like the maybe having like an uninterrupted flow where nothing surprising happens. Maybe that's an ego perfect, but what I mean here when I'm talking about perfection is like this flow of life that just happens when somebody is really authentic and spontaneous and is just showing up in a natural way. So getting back to allowing, when you allow things to happen live, you learn to trust life. And when you try to control, what you're basically engaging in is the belief, and I guess that's the underlying belief, is the belief that if I don't manage micromanage control my life or myself or other people or whatever there is that you're engaging with, then things are not going to turn out the way that I want to. So the underlying belief is that I'm not getting what I want, or the things that I want don't come to me easily, or I need to work hard to get what I want. Can you feel the effort? That's what it's based upon. Because otherwise, if you would really believe that you are naturally getting what you want, then what you want, and you like, it's almost synonymous. It's normal. It's so normal to get what you want. You wouldn't try to control it. I'm sure you're not controlling about, well, maybe some people are, so I don't want to say it. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with me controlling. It's just stressful for yourself. So that's why I'm talking about it, so you can let go of it and go into the state of relaxation, what allowing is all about. But I'm sure you're not as controlling about things that you're certain about, like having water or having a flat, or, I mean, that's not normal. No, that's not normal for everyone having a nice flat or a nice place to live in. Um, yeah, because even in, and I would consider us in Europe being like in the rich countries, even in those countries, like you can have a, either maybe you can't afford a flat, or you can't afford a nice flat that you really like, or a flat where, I don't know, it's nice and quiet and you have your privacy. So that's maybe not the best example, but I think water is a good example. Like water is normal for most people. Let's stick to Europe. Um, so you are not controlling about water, overthinking and obsessing about water. You're simply allowing it, to happen. Whenever you're thirsty, you're just drinking. Yeah, I mean, many people are, for example, controlling about their food intake, which is kind of understandable given the fact of advertisements and ridiculous beliefs that are bound to our food and body weight. But that's why water is a great example. You just flow, water is just flowing, and you just drink whenever you're thirsty, and you stop drinking when you're not thirsty. So it's a natural flow. And when you're allowing something to happen, whatever it is, you're relaxed about it. You know it's coming. You know that you're gonna receive whatever you're wanting. You are certain and happy and confident, and it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to think about. It's nothing to control. It's nothing to plan or manage or whatever. You're simply allowing it, and that's one synonym, like one synonym for manifesting is allowing. Why am I allowing? I'm allowing because I know I'm gonna receive. I'm in the receiving mode in a sense that I know that I'm gonna receive because I trust and I know that things are flowing to me easily and naturally. I know that I'm the creator of my reality. That's at the basis of allowing. You're allowing because you are trusting life. You're allowing because you know that abundance is your natural state. You and the stress aspect is very important because I can be abundant, materialistically abundant AF. If I am if I am in a place of lack, sooner or later something's gonna happen that's gonna take me out of this materialistic abundance, or I'm not experiencing my materialistic abundance. Like, let's be serious. How many people are there that are rich, like financially rich, but they are not satisfied and they are in fear. They are not enjoying their abundance. It's not real abundance, because abundance starts within yourself. It starts by knowing that whatever is happening outside, you're good, you're safe, you're trusting life, you're one with life, you're one with the universe. That's the ultimate stability and the ultimate safety that you can get. And financial abundance or materialistic abundance does not bring you anything unless you're feeling that it's true for you. And if you're afraid of losing it, it's not really, you're not really owning it. If you think that you can lose money, and if you're getting all stressed about it, the moment you are, I don't know, maybe, for example, a few days ago, and I'm happy because I really trained myself to have a pretty good money mindset. And we're going to talk about money mindset more. But a few days ago, I received a fine. And that it does happen to me sometimes. I receive fines. It did happen quite often in the past few years. So I received a fine for biking and driving over red. Yeah, I was very rebellious. And I was fined 100 euros, which was the rebate version, because I'm not officially living in Spain. So I got the rebate version of the fine, which was 100 euro. And of course, I mean, the conditioning is to like, oh, why did this happen? Why does this happen to me? Is there a way around it? Blah, 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 blah. Why did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And what I also trained myself is to like, money is not an issue for me. I'm financially abundant. I'm rich. I'm feeling good about money. No matter what happens, I'm financially abundant. So although my conditioning is a little more like this, my mind also goes very much into of like, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm gonna pay it and that's it. I'm gonna pay it and I'm just gonna forget about it because that happens and I don't care. It's just X amount of money. And when you can train yourself to do that, you're maintaining that trust. It doesn't really stress you, and you're not all stressed about money. Then it's not really gonna phase you so much, because I'm going to make that money back. I'm focusing on what I'm creating, on the value that I'm bringing to society, and the way I'm contributing, and the value that I'm bringing to my clients and the people around me. And that way you don't lose your balance. You just keep on doing what you're doing, and it's better for your mental health, and it's better for you financially as well, because you are not, you're not going into that thought process of like, what's gonna happen, what if I don't know, all these fears that people and that we all like can have triggered. Yeah, so if you're basically trusting life, things like these can happen, and it doesn't phase you so much. And that's just a small example. I mean, people can lose much more money, and it does, things like these can happen. I mean, um I guess there's still beliefs, of course, that manifest when you're getting fined. Like, maybe like beliefs can your beliefs process can help you to not even receive so much of that. But what I'm trying to say here is that if you're trusting, your life will be better, and you're gonna manifest much more abundance than if you're not trusting. Of course, if you're losing a lot of money and you're going into lack, then there are underlying beliefs that you need to take a look at. But that's not the topic of today. The topic of today is trusting, allowing, receiving. And I want you to think about abundance in that way, that you know abundance into being. You know that abundance is so normal for you, and you believe in that. And before you can know it, you need to believe it. You believe in that so much that when things like this happen, you're not even bothered. You're like, okay, what action do I need to take? And then how can I go about my day creating more abundance, allowing more abundance? And there's one perspective, yeah, creating your reality. That's one perspective. It's by choosing your thoughts and so on. But allowing it is another way. It's like seeing yourself more, and both are really the same. But the other perspective is, and you can play around with this and see what works better for you. It's like feeling like you're a magnet. You're this radiant, energetic magnet, and you're attracting to yourself based on the way you're feeling and based on the beliefs that you're holding. So the more you get into a belief system of abundance, and the more you get into a feeling of abundance, with both are valid ways to manifest, and both are different valid ways to manifest, you're just gonna be you're just gonna be in a good place, because every day you're receiving more abundance, because you're creating, or you're feeling that abundance within yourself. I really feel like I'm, you know, in the end, manifesting and making a change, creating a change in your life really comes back to the energy that you're in. So the more you are in that energy of abundance, the more you're gonna create of it. And that's really all I have to say for today. I think it's very clear. Allowing is all about getting into the flow, choosing the path of least resistance, and just grabbing for, or reaching for the next better feeling thought, and really allowing the change to happen. It's not even reaching for the better feeling thought, it's more like leaning back and relaxing. Lean back, relax, and see, when you're in that place of relaxation, which thoughts are coming to you, which self-image is coming to you, what feels good to you. Allow this path to unfold easily. The challenges come by themselves, don't worry. They come by themselves. Allow the path to be as easy as possible. And then you're gonna see when you need to face hard truths. But the more I do this work, the more I see that sometimes facing hard truths is not necessary. It's maybe not because you don't want to be honest, but because truth is also beautiful and not hard. What I've learned is that when I was younger, I was always trying to face hard truths, until I realized, well, I'm making my path much harder than it needs to be. Of course, I want to be honest, and I want to be honest to myself, But sometimes it's a matter of choice. You're choosing your truth. And if I'm choosing to see that, to face all of the harshness that is there, then maybe I'm choosing a path and I'm creating a path and it's harder than it needs to be. I hope that is clear. I think I should talk about this in another video because it's really a different topic. But you can allow the path to unfold naturally. Be honest to yourself, of course. That's very important. That's at the basis of this work. But when being honest to yourself, be careful that you're not choosing a path and making your life harder than it needs to be. Thank you so much for being here. I'm signing off and I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. Tomorrow is day number 30 and I'm looking forward to connecting with you.